Say, man, Trick Daddy is getting some smoke about a video he had on his Instagram, man, where he went to social media and he had an issue with being called an African American. You dig what I'm saying? And he kind of went into why he's not an African American. You dig what I'm saying? And he was basically saying that, he's from Gould, Florida. You dig what I'm saying? Grew up in the pork and beans projects. He been in Miami all his life. He ain't never been to Africa. It's a beautiful place. It's got beautiful people, but that's not where he's from. He's never been to Africa, so he's not an African American, and he don't appreciate being called an African American. He said point blank, I'm from Miami. I don't know nothing about Africa. I never been to Africa. I'm not from Africa. My mom ain't from Africa. Her mom ain't from Africa, and her mama ain't from Africa. You dig what I'm saying? And now I will say this: it's a lot of our brothers and sisters in this country. You dig what I'm saying? That don't appreciate being classified as an African American. And I dig that. I ain't got no problem with that. I really ain't had no problem with what he said. If that's how he feel, that's how he feel. He's not the only one. He's not just an outlier. You dig what I'm saying? It's a lot of black people in this country that don't appreciate being classified as an African American. And the problem with that is that, the issue is why is it justifiable for somebody to say that? Well, because we don't call white people European white people, or we don't call them European Americans. We call white people because that's the standard that they set. And then they put labels on everybody else as if they're the original people that's from this country. If we want to dive in the rabbit hole, none of us are really from here. You dig what I'm saying? None of us. The white people came from somewhere else, the black people came from somewhere else, and everybody else came from somewhere else. All of us are immigrants to this land that we call the United States of America. So do I have a problem with Trick Daddy having an issue, you dig what I'm saying, with people calling him African American? No, I really don't. Because like I said, he's not the only one. We don't call white people European, you dig what I'm saying? We don't call them European white American. They ain't got nothing attached to, their classification as American. They just a white American or just American. And that's why a lot of people have an issue with it. Because why does everybody else that's in this country that's not originally from this country? We're all descendants from somewhere else. Let's just get that out the way. That's just a natural fact. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna get into the whole issue with the whole Christopher Columbus story and the Native Americans and how that whole thing played out. I'm not gonna get into all of that. You dig what I'm saying? I'm just gonna stick to the basics. And I don't have an issue with it. You dig what I'm saying? Why are black people and every other race of people that's citizens of this country have to be characterized as, this, that, and the third? If we're Americans, we're Americans. Everybody is. White people are Americans. We've all been Americanized. You dig what I'm saying? We've all been Americanized. Ain't none of us from here. You dig what I'm saying? So I don't got an issue with him saying that he don't, I'm not from Africa. I'm not an Afro-American. I'm not an African American. That was Trick Daddy whole spiel. You dig what I'm saying? And it's a lot of people, like I said, that feel that way. Why does white people not have something else attached to them being American? And see, that plays into a deeper type of situation, is to where, that's why these folks feel like this is their country and their country alone. Some of them, not all of them. You got some folks that feel like everybody is American. You American. It's not a big deal. You dig what I'm saying? And then you got the others that feel like, I'm white, this is my country, everybody else came here from somewhere else, when we all came here from somewhere else. So no, I ain't got a problem with what Trick said. You dig what I'm saying? When we look at our nationality on any type of paperwork in this country, you got white, then you got African American, you got Hispanic American, so on and so forth. Nope, they don't have any kind of extra attachments to, their classification as American. And it is what it is. But I mean, at the end of the day, we all are descendants from somewhere else. Y'all remember this clip right here from Boys in the Hood, man, where Trey went to the front of the classroom and he pointed out Africa on the map and said that was where the first human body was found. So he was telling the class, that means all y'all from Africa, all y'all. And then the other little jit said, I'm not from Africa, I'm from Crenshaw Mafia. And then Trey walked up on him and said, you from Africa, whether you like it or not. Trick, we are descendants from Africa, whether you like it or not. You dig what I'm saying? And that's all I got to say about that, man. I'm not going to do a whole history lesson on this whole thing, because that type of content can get long when we get to the truth. And we know people don't really like to hear the real American history story. We like to edit it and cut it up and remix it to fit our narrative. So that's a whole nother issue and a rabbit hole I'm not trying to dive in. You dig what I'm saying? Because it has no bottom. I get at y'all on the next one, man. Y'all be smooth. I'm out.